Okay, let's talk about Pilgrim's Traverse, because it's been out for a little bit less than 2 weeks, I think. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow, I think. I'm already a deep dungeon enjoyer, as you can see with like my Necromancer title, no flex. So I was really excited about Pilgrim's Traverse, and what Pilgrim's Traverse was, it was trying to make Deep Dungeon more accessible, right? They said it was a deep dungeon for everyone. And it's supposed to be some kind of like design philosophy shift, trying to make more content more accessible to everybody. And I think Pilgrim's Traverse absolutely crushes that. But more than that, for a long time now, I've kind of had this feeling that Deep Dungeon is the content that people have been asking for a long time. They just kind of don't know it. The mythical mid-core content that people talk about, I think Deep Dungeon has always kind of fit that. But I think the big problem is a few things. One is first impressions. When people go into Palace of the Dead, and I've seen this with a lot of, like, I've watched a lot of streamers like try Palace of the Dead or whatnot, and you know, they go into the first, a lot of times they'll go into the first 10 floors, and they'll be like, oh, I'm just killing monsters and going around, and what the hell are these chests? What are these pomanders? I don't understand anything. And they just think it's boring and they never touch it again. Or a lot of old school players are like, their impression of Deep Dungeon is the purpose of Deep Dungeon is just to level things. I remember back, I remember reading someone's comments on one of my videos, talking about Yuiko Orthos, about how there's no point in it coming out because by then people had already leveled their alts, and I'm like, people aren't doing it to, like, it's a whole way to play the game. There's a whole community of Deep Dungeon people. The purpose of it is not to level. Being able to level in Deep Dungeon is just kind of a perk. And just like they completely miss the whole point, right? And so I think people's perception of Deep Dungeon has always been a little skewed. And so Pilgrim's Traverse, I think, does a very good job of trying to fix that by making it much more accessible. And I think the biggest part of that is honestly just the checkpoints. Having checkpoints at, like, I believe you can start at 1. I think you can. I forget. It's either 20 or 30. You can start at 50. You can start at 70. So if you die, if you wipe, it's not really that big a deal. You can just go again. As opposed to like Palace of the Dead, like if you die on floor like 170 something, it's a long way back in Palace of the Dead. Like it's a bit of a commitment. So I totally get why people like don't keep doing it. But with Deep Dungeon, and I think this is true for all of them, it's really fun to just go in with your friends and clear Deep Dungeon. If you go in with 4 people to any of the Deep Dungeons, it's super chill, right? Like, you're still playing the game, there's still stuff to think about, but it's so chill that you can, like, just meme with your friends on Discord and just hang out and play the game and have a great time. I love doing Deep Dungeon with friends. And this Deep Dungeon, Pilgrim's Traverse, like I said, it's super chill. My first clear is with a matched group. You know, basically, like, Duty Finder, right? And I remember my first set of 91 to 100 in the match group. This was like on day 2 that it came out or something. Excuse me. We must have had like 20 or 30 deaths. It was so fun. We just kept razzing each other up. It was so fun. And then my second clear, it was 2-man. It was just me and a buddy of mine in Discord, and we're both necromancers, so like we know how Deep Dungeon works. And it was super fun. Like, yeah, we had to think about stuff. We were sciencing things out, but we could just like laugh and be idiots in Discord, and it was great. And all the while I was working on my solo file, which is this one right here on Warrior. And soloing it gave me, I'm still thinking about all the mechanics of Deep Dungeon. I have to know what the all the monsters do. I have to have that knowledge. But at the same time, like, this one's so chill. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, it's fun because I'm still engaged with the content, but it's not incredibly stressful. Like my Heaven on High kill, my Heaven on High solo kill, I was sweating buckets on my Heaven on High one. That was hard. Just being able to start from practically any floor and having it chill, that you can just play the game, you're engaged with the game, but having it be as accessible as it is, I think it knocked it out of the park. I really like this deep dungeon, and I can't wait for the reset to do my challenge log. I'll probably keep doing that for a little while at least. There's still rewards that I want. I think it's great, and what I hope more than anything else that this does is I hope people use the accessibility of Pilgrim's Traverse to show them how fun Deep Dungeon can be, and I hope they move on to the other Deep Dungeons as well. You know, even if they don't solo it, like, do it with friends. It's just a fun time. It's such a nice little project to do. I haven't stepped into Quantum yet. I'm kind of saving Quantum for, you know, when I have like 3 other friends that want to like really dedicate some time to it. But you know, it's more content that's there when I'm ready to do it. And as far as Deep Dungeon goes, like, I can do it whenever I want. If I can solo it on my own schedule. If I just want to get the challenge line done, I can go in with a matched group. Or if I want to hang with my friends, I can hang with my friends. It's so good. I'm so excited to do more of it, and I've already cleared it plenty of times. So, if you haven't tried Deep Dungeon or Pilgrim's Traverse yet, this is the best time to try it, because lots of people are doing it. If you do a match group right now, it's gonna fill really quick. Great time to learn it, get some friends, get in there, and if you've never done Deep Dungeon, do it. It's totally worth it. It's such a fun game mode. Have a good one.